The rain started like a whisper, not the loud, angry kind that batters roofs and floods burrows. This one slipped gently through the night, tapping leaves, brushing fur, soaking the earth until the whole forest smelled alive again. It was the kind of rain that made even the shyest creatures step out from hiding. At the edge of a clearing, under a crooked baobab tree, a young hare named Lumo poked his head out of his burrow. He twitched his nose, sniffing the wet air. "Tonight feels different," he muttered. From above, a slow voice answered, "That's because it is." Lumo looked up. On a low branch sat Tiga the owl, feathers darkened by the rain, eyes glowing softly in the dim light. "You always say that," Lumo replied, hopping out fully now. "But this feels good." Tiga tilted his head. Good things don't always stay that way. But Lumo wasn't listening anymore. The clearing was waking up. A pair of young antelopes burst through the grass, sliding playfully in the mud. Monkeys swung low from branches, laughing, their tails flicking water everywhere. Even old Koro the tortoise had wandered out, slow but steady, letting the rain tap gently on his shell like a drum. Then came Zara. The fox stepped lightly into the clearing, her fur slick and shining under the rain. She moved with quiet grace, eyes scanning everything, missing nothing. "Looks like a celebration," she said, her voice smooth. "It is," one of the monkeys shouted. The rain came at night. "That means good luck. Or trouble," Tiga murmured. Zara glanced at him, a faint smile forming. "You worry too much, old bird." The rain grew heavier, but no one cared. The clearing turned into a playground. Lumo darted between legs, laughing as he slipped and rolled. The antelopes chased each other in wide circles. The monkeys invented a game of splashing anyone who stood still too long. Even Zara joined. She leapt, twisted, and landed in puddles, sending water flying. For a moment, she didn't look like a hunter. She looked like one of them. And that was the strange thing about that night. No one was afraid. Not of teeth. Not of claws. Not of hunger. The rain washed all that away. Or so it seemed. Hours passed, and the forest grew darker. The clouds thickened, swallowing the moon. The laughter didn't stop, but it changed. It became louder, wilder, edged with something sharper. Lumo noticed it first. He was chasing a monkey when he slipped and crashed into Zara. For a second, they both froze. Zara's eyes locked onto his. Something flickered there. Not play. Something older. Hunger. She blinked, and it was gone. "Careful, little one," she said softly, stepping back. Lumo laughed nervously. "Sorry," but as he hopped away, his heart beat faster than it should. From above, Tiga watched everything. "This rain," he whispered, "it's not just rain." Near the center of the clearing, a dispute had begun. One of the antelopes, Baku, had been splashing too close to Koro the tortoise. "Watch it," Koro snapped, pulling his head halfway into his shell. "It's just water." Baku laughed. "Not to me." Another splash. This time, Koro hissed. The monkeys gathered, sensing drama. Zara watched from a distance. Lumo hovered nearby, unsure. "It's a game," Baku insisted. "It's disrespect," Koro replied. The rain hammered down harder now, as if urging them on. "Lighten up, old shell," one monkey shouted. Koro's eyes darkened. "You think because I am slow, I am weak?" "No one said that," Baku said, but his tone carried a challenge. The clearing grew quieter. Even the rain seemed to pause. Then Baku stepped closer. "Prove it." A mistake. It happened quickly. Koro lunged not fast, but sudden. His jaws snapped shut on Baku's leg. The antelope screamed, stumbling back, kicking wildly. The monkeys shrieked and scattered. Lumo froze in place. "Let go," Baku cried, thrashing. But Koro held on. Years of patience. Years of being overlooked, mocked, ignored. It all came out in that bite. Zara moved closer now, eyes gleaming. "Stop," Lumo shouted, though his voice was small. Tiga swooped down, wings cutting through the rain. Enough. But the moment had already broken. Baku kicked harder, too hard. His hoof struck Koro's shell with a crack. Koro released him, stunned. Baku staggered back, then forward again. Anger had taken over. He charged. What followed didn't feel like a game anymore. It spread. The monkeys began shouting, some siding with Baku, others mocking Koro. One threw a stick. Another pushed back. Zara circled, tense, as if deciding whether to join or flee. Lomo tried to pull one monkey away. Stop, please. But no one was listening. The rain roared now, loud enough to drown reason. Kuro retreated into his shell, but Baku kept attacking, slamming into him again and again. Enough, Tiga cried. Still no one listened. Then Zara moved. She lunged not at Baku, not at Kuro but at the chaos itself. She snapped at a monkey, sending it tumbling. The others shrieked, turning on her. Now it wasn't a fight. It was a storm inside a storm. Bodies collided, claws scratched, teeth flashed, and in the middle of it, Lomo. He didn't see it coming. One moment he was trying to separate two monkeys. The next, a blur, a shove, a sharp, crushing impact. Silence. The rain softened, slowly, as if it too realized what had happened. The animals froze, one by one. On the ground, small and still, lay Lomo. His body didn't move. His eyes were open but empty. For a long moment, no one spoke. Zara stepped forward, her breath unsteady. No. Tiga landed beside the hare, lowering his head. He's gone. The words fell heavy. Baku stumbled back, his anger draining into horror. I didn't mean. Kuro slowly emerged from his shell, his voice trembling. None of us did. The monkeys huddled together, silent now. The clearing, once filled with laughter, felt cold, empty, wrong. The rain stopped completely. No wind, no sound, just the weight of what they had done. Zara looked around, her voice barely a whisper. We were playing. Tiga closed his eyes. No, you were forgetting. Forgetting what? He opened them again, staring at each of them in turn. Who you are. They buried Lomo beneath the baobab tree. No one spoke much. There was nothing left to say. The forest felt different now. Quieter, wiser, but also broken. As dawn approached, the clouds began to part. A thin line of light stretched across the horizon. Zara lingered the longest. She sat by the fresh earth, her tail wrapped around her paws. We loved him, she said softly. Tiga, perched above, replied, you did. Then why did this happen? The owl didn't answer immediately. When he finally did, his voice was low. Because love without control can turn into something else. Zara lowered her head. And the rain, she asked. Tiga looked up at the fading clouds. The rain didn't cause this, he said. It only revealed it. From that night on, whenever the rain fell after dark, the animals stayed in their homes. Not because they feared the rain, but because they feared what it might awaken inside them. And under the baobab tree, where laughter once echoed, the earth remained still whole.